Everyone, this is Laksmi-Ditton. I'm saying aloha from San Diego, and today we are going to talk about intuition, inner woman, and abundance. I hope the connection will carry us through. So if you are here and you have difficulties technically, please let me know. When you are here, please say aloha, say where you are listening from. And I have some really exciting material to share with you today. I believe that we are all born here with a hidden treasure box, which is full of our talents. And when we activate those talents, we can actually activate our holistic abundance. And when we activate that, then we will start to manifest our inner fairy tales into our dreams on our terms. And this is basically what I have done for the past 20 years in my personal as well professional life. And I'm so excited to share some of those tips and tools and insights I have collected over the years. So Aive, aloha, thank you for being here. So today I want to talk about the inner woman. And if you don't know what that means, in many, like in history, when we go back, there has been psychiatrists as well as psychologists who have actually worked with different kind of archetypes inside of us. And one of them has been also actually inner family. It started also many, many years ago when people started to talk about the inner child. Later, someone was talking about inner woman and then inner man. But very seldom they actually kind of put all together and worked all together. And this is something I have done over the several years now recently in my own life as well in my professional life. And I've seen a lot of benefit people have got from this topic as well, insights and tools. So this is what I would like to share today. So inner woman is a very core key person in the dynamics of their inner family. She is basically in the middle. So first is always the inner child, then you have the inner woman, and then you have the inner man. And she is the core person kind of connecting the inner child and inner man, but also holding the whole family together, so to say. And she can't really do and be who she is here to be if she is not really happy how the inner child is doing. And if she's not feeling safe, she can't actually deliver the messages or also the intuition messages to the inner man. So the whole kind of creation is actually broken. So what I would like to share with you today are three different points that can help you to reconnect your inner woman shortly and simply, as well start to work with these topics so that you can, reset some of these dynamics. So over the years, I have noticed that one of the core elements when we talk about the inner woman is actually the relationship with the water. So every woman should actually go to the water at least once or twice a week. If possible, of course, every day would be the best, but oftentimes that's not possible. So whether this is doing a bathtub or going to the spa or pool or ocean or lake or river or whatever is possible, women in their nature are actually water. We want to flow. We want to kind of be those spontaneous beings. When we get that impulse, we want to flow with it. And that's connected to spontaneous flow. And when we are taking that opportunity away, we get very stoic and static. And that's not really good, not for ourselves, and of course not for our inner woman as well. So now if a woman has, for example, water fear, they are actually on hold and, stopping themselves all the time in order to move forward. So in a way, they basically have to learn and do different therapies, like I do water therapy for people who have water fear, so that they can go through it and then start to have a different kind of relationship with the water. And the most amazing experiences I've had with the water is actually always in Hawaii. And I myself went through the fear of depth there. And also I've helped many other people go through their water fear there. And now you can imagine if a woman in, 40s or 50s has never been even, in the sea, comes into the ocean and can swim with wild dolphins, and then they realize like, oh my God, like I wasted so many years and this is so fun and it's actually amazing and I really am excited, and their life starts to flow and they start to have more courage and do things differently and so on. And they can't like believe how just this connection with the water can help them. And water is also connected to emotions. You may have seen this little research Masaru Emoto made about the water crystals. So basically women are like water tanks walking around and, taking in everyone else's, ideas and all of that in their surroundings, and also projections and stuff. And if they don't clear those consciously, oftentimes they can clog up their whole water element inside of them, and with that also influence basically their whole being of connection also with the inner woman. So if you can, this is one of your tasks for the next set is like figure out what's your the situation with water. And you can also comment here, whether on Facebook or later in YouTube, what's your relation to water? Do you feel like you're comfortable? Do you need to work more with it? And more you kind of go through it and feel free and flowing and enjoying that, better it will be in your life. Also, everything will start to flow and connect with your inner woman in a different way as well. So the next thing is connection to the inner voice and intuition, which oftentimes it's like our inner GPS, and oftentimes it happens so that it's the old times we had this like little Tom kind of like a device, not even in the car, and it kind of feels like oftentimes that the people actually have that in their trunk, so you can't even hear what it's saying. You just kind of blindly kind of go wherever you feel like the right place is to go. While you could just stop and listen to your intuition and your inner woman talking through your heart, showing you the shortcuts where you should go and what you should do to realize more of yourself and your dreams. So just giving you an example, this summer we were in Estonia, and after the Tantra festival we came home, and at that night I got just insight that wow, the title how to play a woman as a piano came to me, and I started to write down like description of the event, and I put it on Facebook. I shared in different groups, and I thought like, okay, if no one has contacted me in the morning, by the morning, then it's probably not a good idea, so we're not going to do it. But if they are, then we can make it. And it went so well that we actually sold out one event and we did the second event. And it wasn't something major, but it was 35 euros per person. We did like small groups, 10 people per group, 350 euros per group, 2 groups, 700 euros, 6 hours of work, enjoying what we are doing, expressing our life mission, and listening to my inner woman, giving that information to the inner man put that in action, and the whole thing was magically happening. And all these women who they got extra attention, because the main thing in Estonia especially, is other places too, is that women are actually, their containers are empty. There's not enough attention, enough love, and those things. So this event, we actually were loading women with love and attention and all of that, and they started to, sing like, energetically, like symphonies were activated. It was just so beautiful, really amazing to see. So oftentimes also people say, hey, this is really hard. I can't really figure out when is my like inner voice talking, or my inner woman. Like I have so many thoughts, like who is what, And usually how you recognize your inner woman and your inner heart talking to you is that you feel a little excited, you feel expanded, and oftentimes these things may also be crazy. And when you just, share it too early with people who are not really supporting crazy ideas and weird stuff, then you may actually have a situation where people can crash it. Like the first time when I got the idea to go to Hawaii for 3 months at the time, I had only maybe 1 or 2 people in my surroundings who said, go for it. The rest were all like, are you crazy? Like, you have to think about this and that, and all of the things. So when I came with that idea second time, okay, I had maybe a couple of more people, but it is the nature of things when we choose to do bold things. There are not too many people who are like, jumping on it right away. And oftentimes also we have these projections from other people, which are also kind of disturbing to understand, like what is our own, will. That is why I recommend you to go back and see the other Facebook Lives from the 2 previous days, because we talked about how important it is to get in connection with the balance point inside of you, and also, ground yourself into your own energy, so you know who you are, what's your truth, and then, set boundaries accordingly. So sometimes we need, I call it the relationship vacation, so you understand who you are and what you're here for, and then you can stand for it much better, and that will clarify your inner voice much better. So your inner woman is talking to you through your inner voice, through your heart, and everything you can do to keep yourself there is really good, because then your inner woman can take from the invisible world those ideas and share those with the inner man, who can then manifest them into this life. I know here, for example, Heli Gunnapes, who is here listening, aloha. Some time ago, we saw that there was a children's book in her invisible, world. And we looked a little deeper into it, and then I just reflected and gave some more kind of information, and then she looked deeper into it herself. And sometime later, she took the idea and she actually, manifested it together with the, and now it is a book, it is a story, it is something which is helping children. So that invisible idea is now having its own life and serving also Heli in a different way. So this is the way it works. So oftentimes people just don't listen, and when they don't listen, it kind of like the volume will be turned down, and then your inner voice and your inner woman will not trust you. This leads us to the last point, which is, to trust yourself, trust your inner woman, and also trust others, and also trust men. So in order to really manifest big, we have to learn how to trust. And when I do the water sessions and people come and they have water fear, so the first moments, they are just like sticks on my hands, because they're just so scared. And this is how they have gone through their life. They have been holding under control, and how many calories and how much energy has been put in there. They don't allow the universe to come in to contribute. They don't allow the inner, voice to tell them, or the inner woman to tell them what would be the easier way, or what would be the shortcut. And then the inner man can't really do anything, because they just try to do everything themselves. And it's a sad life when you look at it like this. And Some people, usually when people come to me with water fear, we work through it and we get through it. But sometimes it's also, I just have to give up because they don't trust me. And if they don't trust me, I can't work with them, because you have to have trust to go through, fear. And that's very, very important. So all of this, really amazing. So put that in action. And this is really amazing way to start to work with your inner woman. And as you see right now with these examples, so basically, you listen to your inner voice, and then you activate your inner woman, and your inner woman gives that to the inner man, and you manifest whatever is in the works, and then that creates automatically also abundance if your things are actually all kind of, connected with your self-value, and you set your boundaries right and all that as well. We are going to do one live about the self-love topic, so you will kind of hear a little more about that from a little different kind of perspective. But so far, I recommend you to go through it and do the exercises. There will be a link here with my website with all the additional resources for this one, and also information about the Inner Family Program. And in English, this will be also starting in February, twice a year, February or September. And in English, this costs $250 per month and 4 months. And everyone who is interested goes through also a process of application and so on, because I want to be sure that the person who is interested would also last those 4 months, because otherwise this so very important thing. And what's really amazing with this is also that once these inner family elements and topics get cleared, and you get more insights and start to see how your inner world can actually manifest your outer world and also change your outer world, it's like mind-blowing how many more amazing things you can manifest into your life. So really, really beautiful thing. And I'll also put one challenge out there. So if you are watching this and within the 24 hours since this is going to live, would like to send me a little, summary of the other exercises from the previous days, you can email it to me, kristaralaksmi@gmail.com, and I will pick one person who I can do a short gift, like New Times numerology session for this year, so you can see what the numbers are saying and what's the potential out there for this year for you. So if you want to kind of put yourself more into that, you can do that. And if you have more questions and you want to ask them later, do that under the comments. And if you want to take personal contact with me, let me know as well. So far, thank you so much. And tomorrow's topic will be inner child. So you will be really enjoying that topic as well. And please like my videos, like my channels, and become the subscriber on my channels. And also share this video with as many as you can. This is the way we can multiply abundance and harmony in this world. Mahalo, all the best. Talk to you soon. Bye.